Hey folks, today's episode of The Read is being brought to you by Squarespace. If you are a special someone at home who has or is looking for an area of the internet to call your own, maybe you've got dope photos you want to sell, or maybe you've got a great service, or maybe you bought a whole bunch of those Instagram Venus titty flytrap things wholesale and you want to resell them for more money or whatever. I don't know. But Squarespace will help you because they've got all the tools to make sure that your website looks like a dream, and they've got design templates and customizable features. Everything to make a website beautiful. So get your free trial starting today by going to squarespace.com and entering offer code RAD to get 10% off your first purchase. Now, make sure you sell those drawstring titty things in style. And let's move on.
Hey guys, today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace. You've heard us talk to you about Talkspace before. They're the online therapy company that makes connecting to a licensed and experienced therapist easy, affordable, and convenient. They have been super helpful to me personally, and you can also give the gift of therapy by sending your loved one a Talkspace e-gift card. Offering someone a path to a happier life is more valuable than any material gift. I also read recently that they've just started doing couples therapy, so maybe that's something you and your boo are interested in. Sign up today and get a special $30 discount towards your first month by going to Talkspace.com/read or download the Talkspace app and enter promo code READ. Talkspace is therapy for all. If you need it, check them out, and let's start the show.
A real whore and a junkie, and she traded me for $10 and a fix.
Oh no, I know this.
Was it $10? It was 10, 15 cents. Something stupid.
I've heard this. It's not Women of Brewster Place.
It isn't. It definitely isn't.
But I know this. I'm going to be pissed when people tell me what it is, because I have certainly heard that before.
You absolutely have.
God damn it. Damn.
Yes, it is true. And you're going to tell her. You are going to tell her. Oh, my
I know
God.
this.
Wow.
It's not soul food. Oh, God.
It's one of the worst.
Come on, one more hint. One more.
I'm just going to do it since I love you and we're friends and you deserve to get one at least.
Thank you so much.
I have a man who wants to love me.
Finally!
But I won't let him.
Tyler Perry.
I'm going to be a better mother. And you don't win.
Oh, that voice is legendary.
Historically worst movie ever to be released in the history of cinema.
That's a lot.
Awful. What a bad movie. Like,
oh, man.
My God. Thank heavens for Jennifer Lewis and for Cicely Tyson.
Seriously.
Even that, on this land. Okay, we're not good. We've done that 800 times.
I mean, we know how much you hate that movie, Fred.
It blows.
We know.
It's really bad. It is a terrible film.
It is pretty bad. I cannot even.
My God.
God, Tyler
and now
Perry.
we have the new Ken dolls to blame. Like, we have to blame that for the new Ken dolls. Have you seen these new Ken dolls?
Oh, you mean literally Barbie dolls?
Like new Ken dolls, actual plastic.
Okay, like Mattel.
And they've got a variation of new Kens, including like 3 that were clearly inspired by Tyler Perry movies.
Oh, so they're doing like diverse Ken dolls now.
One of them has Shamar's cornrows.
So there's a power bottom Ken doll.
Each of them. They all honestly look...
A construction worker just trying to take care of his family Ken doll. I love it.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to The Read. I am Al Sharpton's camera roll.
And I am Violet Bordelon. Listen, Uncle Al has been taking these selfies, bitch.
What in the name of Jesus?
Al said, I work too hard to be this fine. You bitches is gonna get it.
I was absolutely disgusted.
I am not mad.
Al Sharpton posted
oh my God.
these selfies that he took with the back camera.
Oh, yeah.
And himself dressed. He said he was going to go work out or something. I believe it was Father's Day. And he just looked like a 9-year-old boy that really, really wants to be like his big brother. Mm-hmm. From the clothes to the pose to everything. I was just flabbergasted.
I don't, that's one of the elders, and I'm just trying to leave that alone and be as respectful as possible. I just was not expecting Al Sharpton to come through with the Instagram thotty pictures, like, and on Father's Day on top of that. I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't prepared. And then he followed up with some more, like, no, you bitches thought I was done.
That nigga looked like a pregnancy test.
I'm actually, oh my God. Okay, friend. All right.
No shade. He looked like a crackhead that found that phone outside of a 7-Eleven and was like lit because it was unlocked and went on a spree. Like, I was just like, I don't need to see all of my activists.
Yeah. He was like, oh, wait, this got data on it? Bitch.
What?
Let me log in right quick.
Bitch, does this say LTE?
Oh, I'm Snapchatting, ho. Y'all know me.
Well, this week's Black Excellence. Oh, first of all, this week's episode is being fake sponsored by Hennessy because I just can't.
Oh yeah, I'm really all about this drink right now.
But if this is like a fantastic episode, I don't want y'all to encourage us to continue to be alcoholics because this is just. I was in the mood.
I mean, it's not particularly healthy to just be like, every week, let's just get drunk.
I know.
But
it's just
sometimes you just need a little boost.
Especially like in moments where you're trying to do it to cope.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's I try not to drink because I'm in my feelings. I smoke all the time, period. Regardless
I mean, I
of
smoke
feelings.
to get out the house.
I smoke because my eyes are open. So that isn't going
I'm
anywhere.
awake. It's time to be high.
But every now and then I feel myself like, oh, my nerves. Let me have a quick glass of Hennessy. And I don't want to
make that a habit. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Okay, so Black Excellence this week goes to a 10-year-old young man named Bishop Curry. He is from McKinney, Texas.
Hey, shout out to McKinney.
And he is a 5th grader who invented something called the Oasis. The Oasis is a device that was created to prevent deaths in cars by heat stroke. Now, there's like a ridiculous number of children, according to this article I'm reading, since 1988. 712 children are thought to have died from heat stroke after being left in vehicles hot and unattended. And after, young Curry's neighbor lost a 6-month-old from the exact same circumstances, he decided to put together a device, again, called the Oasis. Now, what this gadget is supposed to do is sit in your car, detect the temperature in the car. When it gets too hot, it starts to emit cool air, and then also uses antenna systems to contact the parents, guardians, whoever owns the car, and authorities at the same time. So if it's too hot in the car and anybody's in the car, they'll know, hey girl,
saves you some time.
Come get you. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear so many stories of parents who are like, I just ran into the post office for 2 seconds and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, this is fantastic. He only has a 3D model of it at this point. And he and his dad are working now to raise the money to get the device manufactured and to secure the patent for it. So I'm going to put the GoFundMe in the link.
I was about to say, I just found it. How dope.
And you can go and donate. So far, they've already raised over $24,000.
Oh, it's at $28,000 now. I just clicked it. Damn. Go, Bishop.
So go and support this young man doing something awesome for his community and for the peoples out here. Salute to you, young king.
Out here already thinking of others, talking about he wants to grow up and invent things. Well,
and his little model looks so, fun. It looks very Brookstone-ish. It looks like something I would find in
every mall
store.
Yeah. Congrats to you, young king.
So this week in Sick Sad World, R.I.P. Prodigy of Mobb Deep. He was sick for a while. Sickle cell, I believe. And so
only 42, man.
42.
That's around the corner.
I was just about to say that's some change away.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right. It's right there.
So, I mean, it has been great to see so many people digging into their Mobb Deep collections, talk about their favorite songs, lyrics, and things, and celebrating the legacy.
His solo work and all that.
That's great. on the other side of things, new life in the form of the twins.
Apparently they're officially here. I believe they've been here, but if Beyonce just decided to let y'all know that the kids are here, that's also fine.
I think if Beyonce's like comfortable now, you know what I'm saying? Like she could eat cheeseburgers or whatever for a little bit again.
Oh, yeah.
And do her thing. And so she just probably sent out a couple people to whatever hospital so that they'd be like, let the streets know. But this is how we're going to do it for now.
Because I remember when she had Blue, she got right back on it. 12 weeks later, she was at Revel. And she was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not putting myself through that pressure and all that. Y'all can fully expect not to see Mama till Coachella or whatever it was she was supposed to do. And she canceled. Y'all can expect not to see her until next year. And like I said before, I'm not surprised if she just will not give us nothing. No pictures of the kids, no Tumblr for them, no nothing. Just fuck y'all. I built this $2 million maternity ward so I could have these kids at home in peace and never have to see the rest of y'all. So fuck y'all.
I just know that this is just a moment. I think that I, as a fan of hers, know that Beyonce is completely dedicated to I'm going to do what I want. And I'm going to do how I want, when I want. And if I decide that you may have the blessing of laying your eyes on these two miracles.
Right. I know. Oh, God.
It's going to be in my way, on my time, and you're done.
Honestly, that's why I'm not even pressed about it. People have been like, oh, I know you are just standing for the twins and all this. And I'm like, you know what? I am standing for Beyonce and her right to sit the fuck down with her family somewhere. That's what I'm standing for.
Every time I think about it, I don't like lose my mind in standum, which lets me know like I'm certainly very quickly approaching my 30s.
Yeah, I'm growing up.
And like being a full adult. But the thing that I always get back to is Beyonce has kids. Beyonce has children. Even Jay-Z. Like for Father's Day, somebody posted some clips of Jay-Z and Blue and stuff. For this past Father's Day. And I was looking at him and this baby and thinking how he got two more and like, can I get a...
Right.
This nigga got kids.
Yeah.
Like, children.
We're old. Yeah. They have 3 kids. And so...
I remember we were all kids. And I was sitting in the back of my grandma's house with my cousins, Crystal and Janelle. And I was like, all right, you be Kelly if you want to. You can pick from the other two. I don't care who y'all are.
Yeah, whoever y'all want to be, we already know what this is.
We already know because I already have the choreography. Did you research? Did you do your homework? Did you Did you stay up last night so you could hit these counts?
Was you up trying to watch Teen Summit to see No or whatever?
Our work ethic matches.
I'm the one who's really invested in this.
Pick from the rest.
No shade to the rest of you. That's real.
So I'm just really excited about the fact that this woman is a full ass mama. And I know that when she does, storm the stages again and stomp absolute blood cells out of that bitch, she's going to be like, she and Parkwood have all throughout her pregnancy been doing all sorts of fucking research of whatever kind of deep poetic shit and crazy imagery we ain't ever heard of she gonna use for her next tour and album. Oh my God. Twins during Gemini season, 2 everything. We're getting a double disc. We're getting 2 covers. 2 singles back to back or whatever. We're gonna have all kinds of the history of fucking Gemini and what 2 means, and 2 Beyoncés performing on stage at the same time, her versus her hologram.
Oh no.
Like Beyonce versus Sasha Fierce episodic video game, like books based on the twins that are inspired by H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu or Cthulhu or whatever the fuck that shit is called. Like,
I don't know what that is. That sounds like a Star Wars thing.
Whatever.
The CTH word?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that word.
All I know is I cannot wait for How Extra. All of this imagery. Like, she has probably memorized at least 20 poems based on 2s. And like, the 2 of us made the 2 of them, and 2 and 2 is 4. And I don't know. It's just, I can't wait for that. Like, I am excited for that. And just sitting there, I don't even give a fuck about astrological signs or I don't really know much about the Sagittarius. I am a Sagittarian.
I know a little bit about Virgos because I am one.
I know that it's a fire sign. I know what the other 2 fire signs are. And that's about
Leo and
Aries.
Aries, okay.
And that's about it. But once this shit happens, and she's like, the Gemini means the twin, two at once, from my love, my womb. Yes.
Which means I really gave birth to 4 people.
Right.
I'm nourishing 4 souls.
And then she's just gonna like split into 2 like on stage and like amoebas or some shit, and just it's just gonna be ridiculous, and I'm not gonna really understand any of it, but I'm going to be completely enthralled in the new era. And then maybe she'll give us like a millisecond flash of each baby's eyebrows, so you can see that they also have the brows.
They all have the Beyonce
brow.
Because Miss Tina,
and that's all we're getting, and I will weep.
I know Miss Tina looks at all her grandchildren like, I've done this. I did that.
There is no escaping.
That's all me.
This is us.
Can you imagine the temperature controlled, humidity controlled, like luxury wonderland those twins must live in? What the nursery must be like?
The nursery has to feel like still being in the womb.
Right. Beyonce was like, what can we do to make the children's transition to the world as comfortable as possible?
The room has to feel like an amniotic sac. What is it called?
Yeah, no, for real. It probably does feel like being in the womb. They probably have like specially designed cribs.
Something that's a little moist in there.
Or just something, it just keeps you warm and like swaddled and just makes you feel, and it has like one of those sound machines, so it sounds like you're still in the womb, so it's like vape.
Probably all Parkwood
faint heartbeats, yeah.
They invented it all.
Because when you have that much money, you can do whatever the fuck you want to.
So
shit the rest of us can't even dream of.
I need for the babies to feel like they're still in my uterus for at least the first 3 months.
However, whatever feels good for them.
No, nothing exists that can make this happen, so figure it out.
So, yeah, somebody make it work. Right. And in the meantime, we'll just be in this massive house. Kicking it, and y'all will be on the internet worried about what we doing. Y'all been speculating about Beyonce and Jay-Z and these kids for weeks, and what has Beyonce been doing? Not a goddamn thing. Not on Instagram or nothing else. Like, just let them wonder. Let them stress out. Let them be pressed.
Did you see Kelly Rowland's Instagram story?
I don't watch Instagram stories, and now I'm feeling late because I just saw something earlier that said Instagram stories are more popular than Snapchat now.
Which is devastating because Instagram needs to stop doing that. Stop stealing from everybody else's apps, taking everything. First, they took the story thing, and then they integrated the filters and the little dog stuff, which looks terrible. It's like, girl, y'all are so mad that Snapchat wouldn't sell to y'all.
Yeah, they really are that pissed. But I'm not I don't typically watch Instagram stories, so I don't know what you did.
I just sort of started getting into it. I feel like I have to be more interactive with people.
I just don't like getting on camera that often, and
same.
I don't have nothing else to
All
do.
All my snaps are like things I'm looking at.
I literally only snap when I'm somewhere else so that y'all can see what I see. But like looking at me for what? I'm boring.
I'm usually just in my house, ashy.
So Kelly was at home?
She was somewhere. I'm gonna have to take this. Please play. You have service.
Kelly, just answer one Beyonce question.
Oh God.
No.
Kelly, come on. Just one question about the babies. Kelly, we know you know about the babies.
I mean, by now, if you hadn't seen it, you probably can't. But she's just standing with, I don't know who it was who was actually pressing. It was one of those little buttons you could buy at like Bed Bath or whatever, as seen on TV, whatever little store. Mm-hmm. And it's the no button. Oh. And she's just standing there smiling, and her friend is like, Kelly, tell us about Beyonce. And then she's just pressing it. Like, essentially, Kelly is saying,
leave me alone.
Stop asking. I'm not telling you. Like, what would make you think? That
Miss Tina had to get on Instagram like, leave me alone.
Right.
I'm at a wedding. I'm with my man. I'm chilling. Like, by now, y'all should all know that we will find out when Beyonce wants us to find out. Leave the people who know her alone. Please. Please. Don't stress them out about her family and her life.
Instagram don't run up into the fucking maternity ward or whatever hospital when you give birth and ask you all kinds of questions about your goddamn kid. Let them like wipe off the gunk and have fun and open their eyes and shit for a little bit.
But yeah, congratulations, Beyonce. If you even did have them, she might just be somewhere pregnant and big and mad. She might, but I don't think so.
I think
she had them.
But that would be funny.
It would. If she just got on Instagram right now, like, still pregnant. What's up? Go away. Eating Cheetos.
All right. I think it's all downhill from here.
Damn, really?
Yep. But it doesn't look like too much. All right. First, a liar. Kenya Moore went to, who cares, St. Lucia for a wedding. Her wedding.
You know, I saw that. What? Okay.
Kenya Moore is married to a man named Mark. I don't have his last name.
I was about to say, wow.
I had it, and then I didn't have it.
Let me see. Kenya Moore.
Mark something. All I remember is that he owns a restaurant. Mark Daly. He owns a restaurant in Brooklyn called SoCo.
Okay.
Which I feel like I've heard of before, but I'm certain I've never been to because I think I've been to Brooklyn like
when I Googled
times.
it, the first thing that came up was SoCo Brooklyn shooting. So
yikes. I don't think he's owned it for the. There was like a woman who was talking about it. I think she previously owned it or ran it or something like that, and now he owns it. And we asked her
Southern
if he's a
food.
good man, this Mark. She was like, I don't want to talk about what kind of guy he is. No comment. So
what? You don't want to talk about what type of man your husband is?
no, not Kenya. The woman who used to own the restaurant, who doesn't own it anymore. They asked her, is he a good man? And she was like, I don't have anything to say.
How would she know? You know what? Never mind. Let me just leave that alone.
She hinted to the answer being no, though.
Yeah.
It was definitely implied.
Okay.
But I mean, that wouldn't make them a match made in heaven. Kenya posted a photo on her Instagram of her standing underneath a square floral arrangement because they couldn't get the whole wall like Kim and Kanye did. But
I mean, money is money.
It's nice, you know. It's more than I got. With the caption, Mark, you are the best man I have ever known. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. My hashtag ride or die. Bonnie and Clyde. Didn't Bonnie and Clyde die?
I mean, how do you know he loves you unconditionally? How long have y'all even known each other?
So they've known each other for a year. No. They met a year ago. They didn't get back into contact until December. So technically, she's known Miss Girl for about 6 months.
Oh, no. And already married? Y'all just started talking in December, and now she's desperate, though. She's one of those girls. She don't even care. Just say yes. Just marry me.
Quickly jumping into her next storyline because I feel like Andy sent out a mass text like, girls, we're starting shooting in the next 2 to 3 weeks or something like that. And she was like, fuck.
I have nothing.
So she went ahead and went through her Rolodex. Mark was probably like, sure. You know, he was probably the first guy who was like, I guess.
And watch him be on the show.
Well, they claim, from what I read here, that they do not want to discuss their marriage on Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, I'm reading this on People where they got an exclusive comment. Of
course, right.
So you don't want this to be on your show where you make money, but you were willing to talk about this with People magazine.
You're lying anyway. What else do you do, Kenya Moore, but talk about your life? You have exposed all the shitty, hurtful things about your life and your past right there on Bravo for Andy and all the rest of us to see. So you really expect us to think that you're just too good to talk about this nigga you just met and have already married? Girl, bye.
Furthermore, I found it fascinating that, you know, usually when people post their wedding photo, especially, has Kenya been married before?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, anyway, usually when people post their wedding photo, they post like the kiss, you know, that moment.
Or even just smiling.
Niggas are fist bumping.
Oh,
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That looks like great business decision, bro.
Even his face during the fist bump was like, all right, I mean, here we go. You know, like.
This just seems so, you know.
There's another photo where they're holding hands on the beach. He looking at the sky. She looking at him. Like, they're not. There's nothing. It's
not particularly romantic like you would expect out of, you know, newlywed photos.
Catch this. To my husband, happy Father's Day. To you and all the great dads.
Oh, so he has kids. Of course he does.
I mean, duh.
I mean, niggas just do.
Meanwhile, Matt Jordan, her last employee, I guess.
Bye.
Got that restraining order. It's now permanent. Well, it's a year long.
Okay.
He has to stay 200 yards away from Kenya and her family, I suppose. So she was like, look, I'm moving on to my next story arc. Don't come to set.
Right. I'm actually tired of having this conversation with you. Like, legally now we have to just make it a thing. And I wonder, was Matt really just like that crazy? Like, but how do you feel so much for Kenya that you can't let her go? I don't get that either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, something's going on there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because even he left a comment on Instagram after they announced this wedding shit, and he was like how, hurt he is, and please respect him and his privacy so he can grieve, and he wasn't the right man for her, and he hopes that she finds the love that she wants or whatever. I would have been like, first of all, you'd have to ask me how I feel for me to say anything. Right. And the most you would have got out of me was she and her husband could eat a bag of dicks. Right. And I would have went right back to drinking.
Right. Like, you volunteered this information? Something ain't right.
So, I mean,
I can't. We'll see. We'll see on Bravo. I don't even have to wonder or speculate about this.
This is going to be so annoying. Like, I'm already annoyed.
Like, are we going to get Kenya's divorce special next year? Because I feel like it's just...
Are you going to throw yourself a divorce party?
She's going to get pregnant as soon as possible. If she is not now. She's one of those girls who's like, I want to have kids and I must be married first and nothing else matters. So I waited till I was 43 and now I just have to do it.
Somebody has to sit her down if she's saying these things and be like, all right, Kenya, listen. I understand what you're trying to do here for like the show and the Kenya Moore thing and all of that, but don't do that to a person.
Yeah, stop this.
Don't put a person through 18 years of you. Like,
think about it, Kenya. Does a child really deserve to be subject to your presence?
No.
Your presence as their primary caretaker for years and years.
Just don't do it.
Think about the good of the children.
Please.
But no, she's probably pregnant already, honestly. So.
And just get a twirl too.
Oh no, don't do that. This child's middle name will be Twirl. I would not put it past her.
Wind. Fabulous.
Oh God, whatever, Kenya Moore. Okay.
If you girls were looking forward to seeing a Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma at the BET Awards together, you can fuck that off because Nicki Minaj went to Instagram, as all of the girls do, for their announcements, and posted a photo of herself under a promo for the NBA Awards with a caption that says, "My darlings, this is the only award show I'll be attending this month. Set your DVRs. You won't want to miss this performance. #NBA Awards hosted by Champagne Pop, New York." So, several questions. The NBA has an award show?
As far as I know, that's new. If it's a thing, then I don't think it's been a thing before this year.
Like,
I've heard of the ESPYs, but I don't know why does the NBA need an award show?
Like wouldn't you?
Didn't you already win the ring? Right.
Like
this, it kind of seems like, we have the whole playoffs and it's this whole big thing and then we crown a winner.
Isn't the ring the award?
They have a parade and they get rings and trophies and it's just kind of like, what is the point of, like, what award are y'all gonna give that we haven't already seen them win?
Like great players who didn't win, but their team sucked?
No.
What are the categories?
I don't get it. And I guess maybe the NBA hired Drake to be the host for it so that people would actually pay attention to it.
Is it like to the ESPYs what the BT Hip Hop Awards are to the BET Awards? Is it ESPYs affiliated? I don't see why.
I don't. Right. I still don't get it because, like I said, like you just said, we already have the fucking ESPYs and they cover like.
And don't Drake host them too?
All kinds of sports. So why something specific to the NBA? I just really don't. I don't get the purpose of it. But Nicki clearly just posted that so that y'all would stop asking about the BET Awards.
Yeah, she's not going. She won't be there. Whether or not that has anything to do with the fact that Remy Ma is also nominated for Best Female Hip Hop, Cardi B is also nominated for that award, is yet to be confirmed.
Just give it to...
Who else is nominated? Is it just the three of them? Because they'll have like 6 nominations in every other category. And the female hip hop will be like Nicki Minaj and like...
randos.
Yeah. Like one random person. It'll be like 2
is Young
people.
M.A. nominated? I would think so.
She should be. Hold on.
So I think this is probably the year that they're not going to give it to Nicki. And the stands are going to react. And
you
hell,
think that's
probably...
why she's not going?
Nicki's probably going to react too. No, I think she's not going because she don't want them problems. Like, not like, it's gonna be some beef or fighting or whatever, but she don't want
the dramatics.
The pressure of being at the BET Awards around it. Like, white people will lie to you about the Remy and Nicki beef, but niggas will not. She don't want the pressure of being at the BET Awards knowing that everybody knows that Remy won that shit.
And probably even if she did win it, she'd probably have to deal with, like, I don't know who's hosting it, but comments.
Leslie Jones.
Oh, yeah. Leslie Jones will definitely go up on that stage and be like, now y'all know you need to just work it out. Or it's just something that she would be, I get it. I don't really care either. SZA's performing, so I'll be watching that.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm looking forward to that.
What an album, man. Just from front to back, I love it.
It is pretty good. I'm no longer in that stage of my life, but I remember those feelings quite vividly. So that album, I love that song about sharing niggas for the weekend.
Everybody loves that song.
I love it because really that's all these niggas is good for. Why are you even worried about being in a relationship with him? You come over, fuck me for a few days, and then you go back and do what you're supposed to do, and then you come back over here at the appointed time.
But it's about sharing a nigga.
I mean, because that's all. Once again, what else are these niggas worth? Like, it's not like you investing yourself emotionally in this person because you already know better. If he cheating on her, why would you worry about catching feelings for him? Bitch, this is everybody's boyfriend. Mine, yours, and hers. Fuck is you talking about?
I'm just like, bitch, you don't deserve all of this. Choke.
I mean, but yeah, go SZA. I'm excited to see that.
I love it. It's Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma, Young M.A, and Missy.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So
good nominees.
They should just give it to Missy off bat.
I mean, they should, but I don't think
they're not going to. No, definitely not.
Honestly, I think the safest choice is Young M.A.
I do too.
Because nobody can deny the talent, and it doesn't sound like picking sides for one over the other. And, she been on tour with 21 Savage or
who deserves
somebody.
It?
Yeah, I feel like Young M.A truly does. But I mean, Remy also deserves it, and I would not be mad if either one of them won. But I think giving it to Remy is too much of a political decision. Like, now Nicki about to be mad and she won't show up to nothing BET does for the next 6 years or whatever.
This is the only one I really can call it.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm leaning towards Young M.A.
Usually I'm just like, they're clearly going to get
that they'll do that because it's like, you can't really be mad at that. Nobody denies Young M.A.'s talent, and she's not involved in the beef and the dumb shit at all. I really actually appreciate that about her. She's just rapping about her strap and her fine ass Instagram girlfriend and being on tour and having lots of money. Like, I love it. So, but we'll see.
On the other hand, if you want to, you can go ahead and watch your girl perform whatever she's going to perform on Monday, June 26th. We don't ever need to go back there. Like, she made her money from it. Once I was able to, move on from that second album, I realized what the purpose it served, and it did what it was supposed to, and it will suck for life.
Man.
But she did what she was trying to do with it, and it's gone.
Yeah, she got that mainstream.
Oh, God, it was terrible.
It really was. And y'all will defend that shit to the death, and I do not understand it.
Speaking of terrible music decisions, so Brandy posted a photo on her Instagram of a cover for a mixtape featuring Ray J and Chris Brown.
Oh my God. I can't understand why Chris Brown would do this.
I just don't know why this is happening.
I really don't. I do not get why Chris Brown would do this.
First of all, Chris Brown has an album coming out, I thought, and a movie. And then the album have 40 songs on it or something. Where the fuck did you have time to record some shit with Ray J?
And why with Ray J?
And why? with Ray J.
Unless y'all about to put out a He-Man woman hating mixtape where y'all just talk about how
Thank you.
the girls in your life, oh, I'm mad at Kim because she got famous off of my dick
Ray
strokes.
J better not ever talk about Kim Kardashian ever again.
Oh, he already, what was that song? That I Hit It First?
Yeah, I'm saying never again. Let's move on. Let that be the last time.
You are absolutely delusional if you think Ray J is putting out music and not referencing Kim Kardashian at all.
There's no need for him to ever do this
He's
ever again.
absolutely gonna. And so, unless he and Chris Brown are doing a I fucked this girl and now she has a career and I'm salty about it mixtape, I do not get why Chris would do this. And even still, I don't get it. Like, Ray J's old, washed ass. Why? Like, you the one young and can still do so much and people still actually give a shit about you and your music. Why would you do this? But I'm saying Chris Brown, he still has his space to be redeemed. He's not in Ray J territory. Chris Brown is not in reality TV territory.
Simply because Chris Brown has, I think, more to offer to the music industry than Ray J.
Yes,
does.
he does.
That's the only reason.
He truly does.
Like, the only reason. And I've been gave up because I'm sure this mixtape album, whatever it's supposed to be, will be a bunch of songs about bodily fluids I've never heard of and them coming out of women's orifices and like fucking a girl so hard the head of my dick came out of her mouth or whatever.
Whoa!
Just like dumb, vulgar, aggressive, stupid
Holy
shit.
God.
And I'm just like,
yeah, bragging on the length of their penises and how long they can last.
Scooty bikes sold out, whatever. Like, I don't know.
How many different girls and movies and videos. It's gonna be all type of. It's just gonna be. I don't need to hear this. I have zero desire to hear this music.
I will have nothing to do with this regardless of what happens to it. It would just be nice if they would be like, oh, never mind. But I know that won't happen.
And that's honestly more to do with Ray J than it is Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown's going to release music I'm not going to buy regardless. But
Ray J just ain't made music that I want to listen to since like, wait a minute. So I just don't have nothing else for Ray J.
I
Wait a minute.
can't think of a song to disagree.
Yeah, so.
I mean, bye. Is this the last one?
Look at you.
Well, speaking of love and hip hop, Season 4 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is just around the corner. July, they sent me a release for it. Let's see where she's at.
Ooh, wee.
I mean, I don't even know
Of course they sent you a release.
I mean, they send this to everybody. I mean, it's like every single time a new season is about to come out, they send you these things. So
do you still get all the blogger announcements and everything?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how they got this email, but whatever.
Okay. They found you.
I swear. And this shit wasn't even connected. Like, it wasn't online for like 2 months. So I finally figured that out and connected it and got like 8 million emails I hadn't read. Because that's just me.
Because you don't do that, right? Because you do not read email.
July 24th, you can expect the return of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, featuring the return of Ray J and Princess Love. They're back with plans to start a family.
Oh, no.
If Princess can manage to tame the reformed Playboy R&B singer, and Ray can manage to keep up his good behavior. Hazel E returns to the franchise with a new man by her side, a 25-year-old aspiring rapper. As long as Hazel,
no.
bitch, piss off. We don't care.
We truly don't. Who else is on that show? Oh, Raspy.
Raspy is not on that show.
I mean, what's the little light skin name? Lil Fizz.
Where is she at? Returns to the cast after publishing his first book about fatherhood, with plans to continue further his brand. He's like a friend of the show now, clearly. His part is a sentence.
I don't know.
After a decade okay, look. Masika's back. Motherhood. Tia Marie probably still selling blazers. Oh, she go with Cisco now.
Okay.
Who is Cisco? Love and Hip Hop. Oh, the light skin one. Dominican?
Cisco.
Whatever. The one who was like, you ain't in the Creep Squad no more.
Oh, right. The one who hops from franchise to franchise.
Yeah.
Right. And they really tried to make Creep Squad a thing. Y'all are so whack.
It's like memorabilia.
Y'all are so whack.
Lyrica Anderson is trying to be a serious musician, or taken seriously as a musician, I should say now. her husband is back. Hopefully both of their mamas are back because that was the only reason.
Now that was interesting. Is Safari back?
Safari is expanding his brand into the retail space. Damn it, Safari. You couldn't get them to change the way this was worded? That sounds terrible, Safari.
It does.
God.
I'm expanding into JCPenney stores across the nation.
I will be Safari at Sears.
Catch your bitch at the Foley's Red Apple sale.
Traffic. Safari is expanding his brand to the retail space as he prepares for the launch of his own brand. Oh, God.
What is it called?
Not the name of it. It's what it is.
His own brand of condoms?
Oh, his own brand of coconut oil and men's boxer briefs.
What? Coconut oil and briefs?
Now, I know that Safari performed at, I think it was like Pride DC or LA. It may have been Pride LA. Or was it DC? I don't know.
Safari
he recently
what?
was at like a black gay pride in one of these towns.
Oh, God.
And I was like, that is so nice and progressive of him. And I guess he had a couple of conversations, was like, look, these niggas need boxer briefs and coconut oil.
And they need to be oiled up. And they want to feel black while they're doing it. And I can do that.
That check must have cleared immediately because...
Don't use coconut oil as lube, y'all.
Please don't do it.
Please, that weakens the condoms and it makes them basically totally ineffective.
I mean, unless you're not using them, that's your business. I just wouldn't do it regardless.
When he said coconut oil, I'm like, what? And then men's boxer briefs.
Like, what is the... I'm trying to figure out why both of them at the same time.
Is there a deficit in the draws market? Like, do men not have enough options for where to get panties that Safari needs to come through?
I thought all the niggas wear Ethica draws now.
I mean, if push comes to shove, can't you go to Walmart and get a pack of draws for like $7? So why would you need Safari draws?
I think I just got a 6-pack at Target for less
and coconut oil? What? Coconut oil. Coconut oil is everywhere now. It seems like if you were going to expand into retail, you would expand into products that niggas are not already buying. But
Safari coded no.
You are really dumb.
I just don't get it.
I don't either, but best of luck.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Safari. I like them a lot more. I like him a lot more now that he's single. And I guess his brand on the show seems to be having his body out.
Yeah. And watching everybody else be crazy.
If this means that dick prints are on the way, then I'm not against it. You know, Safari's Jamaican, so.
And he has slowly gotten marginally more attractive to me over the past couple years. You know, not to where I would say fine, but not as unattractive as I previously thought. You know, not the type of person where you would be ashamed to show others. That sort of thing.
Okay.
Nah, you know, and that's fine. Like that, I feel like that's a good thing for Safari if he's, you know, breaking away from Nikki and spreading his wings and breathing cleaner oxygen and all that. Go Safari. I feel like niggas are real loyal to their brands of draws and coconut oil in particular. Like you putting your face on coconut oil does not make me feel like, damn, I need to go get that one.
All I'm saying is, if your nigga has the Safari coconut oil and the draws at home, leave him. Leave him. Because I just like, that just seems like a combination for disaster. Because once they get the two of them and then they start glistening and shit, like that nigga does on VH1, then they go be throwing that dick around.
Speaking of love and hip hop, is Milan Christopher coming back?
No, Milan Christopher hadn't been back on this show since the first time he was on this show.
Did you see his photo shoot in Paper Magazine?
Yeah, if she liked it, I love it.
With his dick out?
Good for her. Whatever.
In these athletic socks.
Y'all worry about Milan Christopher, but Ricky Whittle, and I know you don't know who that is.
You know I don't. I'm looking him up right now.
I saw his penis today on my Vidster, so I feel blessed.
Oh, he looks a little bit like Boris Kodjoe from these small pictures.
He's the star of American Gods, which is one of my new favorite shows. I believe it comes on Stars. And I have been infatuated with him since the first time.
Nice smile. That's a nice smile.
And nice everything else.
A nigga with a nice smile will get you every time.
I've seen Milan Christopher's penis before, so that wasn't.
So Ricky Whittle put his penis out on. Oh, it looks like he has a white woman.
I guess somebody leaked a video.
Oh, he dates white women, so maybe he is gay. But yeah,
what?
Never mind. That's me repeating a joke that other people say to me all the time. Somebody's gonna be mad at me for that. So, but damn, I hate that his privacy was violated like that.
Me too.
That sucks.
Not like all the way.
Right. It's like, oh, this is so wrong and such an invasion of his privacy and just wrong and rude, and then clicking it at the same time. Like, I won't share it, but I will watch it.
I got a glass of wine before I hit play. I was like, all right.
Not your black ass settling in.
A moment. Like,
I'm going to enjoy this. Let me go ahead and full screen.
Yes, please. Absolutely. That man is beautiful.
So the penis was satisfying? Really, friend?
I saw that and I said, you know what? American God is real.
Wow, damn. Okay.
That's what the show should be called. Like, American Yes God. That's how I felt about it.
Damn.
Poland Spring.
Wow. Okay. Definitely thought you was gonna do Polish sausage, but
let me tell you something. All of the above.
Okay.
You know,
I'm probably not gonna.
Milan Christopher's penis is large as well, but again,
whose is bigger? Because I just saw Milan Christopher's and it looks sizable.
Let me refresh my memory.
It looked above average as far as penis sizes are concerned.
Yeah, definitely. Milan Christopher is not playing a game, but
okay.
It was just kind of like he wanted his dick out, and I feel like one way or the next it would have been out. So.
I'm confused as to how Milan Christopher got into Paper Magazine, or what Paper Magazine really does, or who that's run by.
At first, I was kind of shocked that they put his dick in the magazine, but then I remembered the Paper Magazine is the same place that Kim Kardashian went to go show her pussy and spray champagne all over.
Right, exactly. So it's not new for them.
I mean, if that's what the girls are doing now, fine.
When Kylie Jenner is ready to do her nude shoot, she'll probably do it in Paper. It seems like, the journalistic version of E-News, but maybe not.
Now the Playboy isn't posting nudes, I guess, I feel like.
Playboy? What?
Our Playboy doesn't do nudes anymore.
What the fuck is the point then?
Or like vagina. It's like softcore now.
I'm so confused by this. I definitely used to take my uncle's Playboys in the bathroom and lock the door and just read them.
I mean, so did I. So
I was like, oh, wow, this is what grown-ups do.
I'll get back to you on this.
Really? It's that much of a toss-up?
I mean, they're both blessed. That's what I can say.
Okay, and that's fine.
But, yeah.
Well, amen.
The whole point of what I was meant, Love and Hip Hop is coming back.
Right.
And you can go there to go watch a few train wrecks share their latest disasters. Keisha Cole will be among the new members of the cast.
No way. You definitely slid that in at the last minute. Wow,
she
really?
prepares for the release of her highly anticipated new album while juggling her co-parenting relationship with ex-NBA star Daniel Boobie Gibson. Though she may be new to the cast, she is definitely already a staple in
Oh, yes, she is.
a staple in the industry.
In the reality TV industry, yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Will she be able to find the right balance between her music and her personal life?
No. When has she ever?
That's what I'm saying. Like, history is shown already, but that's enough.
Shit, she need to call Kanye. That's what she need to do. She need to get back with Kanye.
Kanye need to get back with Kanye. Moniece is apparently a lesbian this season.
Oh, girl. Okay.
New girl from Instagram called Alexis Sky will be fighting everyone.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Someone named Zell Swag and Chanel West Coast.
Oh, that girl that Charlamagne hurt her feelings?
I watched that no less than 40 times. And it was delicious every single time.
Oh, man.
You know your music sucks, girl.
Yeah, you have to.
Know that you can't rap. And furthermore, just because you have all of these artists who are willing to be paid to do a song with you
does not mean anything. Niggas will do anything for money.
That's not a testament to your rap ability.
It really isn't. If the best rappers were like trying to work with you for free, that would be something else.
I can't believe she allowed Charlamagne to come on that show and really get her mad for real. Like, you knew he was going to say that. She was really pissed.
Yeah. We were doing Uncommon Sense when he went and filmed that. And I remember when he came back that week, he was like, that little white girl on
ridiculousness.
That little white girl was pissed. I made her mad, and I'm sure they gonna air it, but I just straight up told her, like, girl, I don't know who the fuck you think you is, but like, no ma'am, this is not it.
You need to check my motherfucking musical track record, okay? You don't know my struggle.
Chanel
Your
West
struggle
Coast.
as an untalented white woman who claims to rap, who
Right.
somehow still was able to get a record deal and loads of features by actual famous rappers.
See.
That don't sound like struggle to me. That
actually sounds like
crystal
privilege,
stare.
right? That actually sounds like a white woman showing up and being stereotypically, or what mainstream society would consider cute, and then getting a bunch of opportunities thrown her way. That's exactly what that sounds
She
like.
had the nerve to talk about, I want a BET award for some shit she's like.
Bitch, so?
Now she's on Love and Hip Hop. That'll help.
That does not surprise me. But sis, if you were that good of a rapper, you wouldn't be hosting video shows on MTV2. That would not be the case.
Maybe a guest for one episode.
You
and then
just-
go back to working. Like,
Right, but we only know your name and face because of this show that I don't even really watch. It's just like, it's the sort of thing where you might be skipping through channels and then see that girl. Otherwise, you would have no idea who she is.
even Cardi B came from these little TV show foolishness to actually getting a real deal and is out here touring. And although her tongue stands in the way of me understanding what the fuck it is she be talking about
That's
most of the
real.
time,
That's real.
she's actually out here rapping for
Cardi
real.
B can rap, right?
Most people didn't even know. People who watched the show didn't even know this girl rap.
Once again, because who cares?
No one. Why are you mad?
Because white.
You should have been happy
and
that nigga
woman.
mentioned that you were a rapper so people could go Google it.
I love when Charlamagne makes white women mad.
That's my favorite.
It is.
Those are my favorite Charlamagne moments.
It is, definitely. When
Plenty
white
of the
girls
other
get
ones
their feelings.
can be erased from my memory.
Right, right. Hashtag problematic. But
Probably
the rest
most
of them are
the rest
like...
of them. But when he pisses off white women, I usually have a ball
I'm
with that.
actually all the way here for this.
I like those times.
Yeah.
Well, that's just about it for this week in Sig Sad World. We're going to take a break while you go and look for those dicks. And we'll be right back. This week's episode of The Read is being brought to you by The Hate U Give, the #1 New York Times best-selling book by Angie Thompson that's quickly becoming a must-read in the discussion about how we treat race in America. Angie Thomas has always been inspired by Tupac's activism, which is where the title of the book comes from. So when the murders of Oscar Grant, Trayvon Martin, and countless others came to light, she wrote The Hate U Give as a way of taking action herself. Angie Thomas grew up in a mostly black neighborhood she calls notorious for all the wrong reasons and went to college across town in a wealthy white area. Watching both communities react to the murders gave her the idea for the book's main character, Star Carter, who witnesses an unarmed friend get killed by the police and must figure out how to have her own voice at home and at school.
You do not want to miss this incredible and important book. So visit thehateyougivebook.com to find out more or grab a copy from wherever you buy books. Again, that is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. Congrats on that #1 status, and let's move on.
Thanks again to Squarespace for supporting this week's podcast. Whatever your next big idea might be, Squarespace has definitely got you covered. They'll give you a unique domain, a necessity that strengthens your brand and makes it easier for visitors to find you. Insider's tip, go for the .com. However
Yes.
you can, no matter what.
Make it work.
Don't listen to anyone. Find the .com.
Make it work.
Award-winning templates that make creating your website simple and intuitive. So regardless of whether you want to show something off, show yourself off, or sell something off, Squarespace will make you do it and make it look sexy.
Yes, they provide a comprehensive set of marketing tools to help you engage with their audience, get found across search engines and social media, and grow your following. But best of all, there is nothing you need to install, patch, or upgrade ever. If you've ever tried to do that stuff before and you were like, I do not understand these errors and I do not get how this is happening, you don't have to worry about that with Squarespace. And if you do have a problem, their 24/7 customer support can help you with any issue, no matter how trivial or technical it may be. So go ahead and make your next big move by starting a free trial at squarespace.com today. Enter offer code READ to get 10% off your first purchase. Once again, that's offer code READ at squarespace.com for 10% off your first purchase. Make your next move and your next website with Squarespace and the READ, and let's move on.
We are back, and it is now time for the listener letters.
It sure is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We have an update this week from the young lady whose boyfriend was stealing money from her. The laundry money and then the money out the wallet.
I can't wait to hear this. Someone said, before you restart, I saw someone who say, well, maybe he gave the full amount of change.
The whole $10, girl.
I was like,
niggas
I think even they were like, well, probably not. But I'm just saying, maybe.
That nigga did not tip $10
on
a $12 laundry order. Yeah, right, girl. So she wrote back and said, I set a trap. I put 2 10s, 2 5s, and 3 1s in my wallet and left the wallet semi-open in my room. We spent the whole day together, and while he was there, I took a shower, so he had some nice alone time. He left late at night, and in the morning, I counted what was left in my wallet, and the 2 5s were missing. I called him immediately and asked if he was taking money from me, and he said no, and I told him I did not believe him and then detailed all the times I knew he stole money from me, starting with the laundromat. He then admitted it and apologized profusely and said he has a problem, but I'm not a manic pixie, so that relationship is over. Okay, don't know. What's a manic pixie?
I don't know.
Okay. Thank you for being enthusiastic about trap setting and bringing humor to what feels like a shitty situation. And by the way, yes, the dick was good, but oh well. Of course it was.
It always is. That's
the only reason you was conflicted.
That's why you gotta lie to these niggas. We're like, that was all right.
Yeah, it's just.
Because soon as a nigga realizes he's out here breaking backs, stops trying.
Oh,
you gotta
man.
make him earn it. Manic Pixie Dream Girl is a stock character type in films.
Oh, I thought Manic Pixie was the name of a character. I've heard of the Manic Pixie trope. Like the kind of the interesting girl who comes through and she kind of just like makes things interesting and she has this allure about her. Is it that sort of thing?
I'm reading all about it here on Wikipedia, but it's gonna take me a little while. It seems interesting. Kirsten Dunst's character in I don't.
I've heard of Manic Pixie Dream Girl before.
The Manic Pixie Dream Girl has been compared to another stock character, the Magical Negro.
Yep, I could see that actually. Because isn't it like...
Usually static characters who have eccentric personality quirks and are unabashedly
quirky.
girlish.
That's the word I was looking for.
Okay, I totally get it now.
The quirky girl who comes through and she just kind of like makes you see a new perspective.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you're just saying you ain't no dummy bitch.
She's like, I ain't got stars in my eyes behind these niggas. Like,
right.
Dick was good, but niggas blatantly stealing.
Got it.
Damn! The laundry money too.
That was foul. It's so crazy that we sat here this whole entire time, and I really didn't want to be like, set a trap, because that just seemed like so much, but you did it, and now you know.
But you did it, and like, you got your hardcore proof.
That is so crazy.
Blacks.
What a dummy.
So speaking of niggas, our first question this week comes from a straight black man, which is a little different. Let's call him Marcus. And Marcus says, I have a question. My daughter all of a sudden likes girls. She hasn't told me yet, but she told her mom and her mom told me. So I asked her what type of girl she likes because it doesn't bother me that she's gay or whatever you want to call it. But her mother told me that she's dating a boy-looking one, which are her words, not mine.
Right.
I said, what the fuck? And I went off. And I want to know, well, this is really poorly written, so I'm just trying to translate this to like regular English. I said, what the fuck, and went off. Am I wrong for telling my baby mama I'm not ever going to accept the situation and tell my daughter not to ever talk to me about it? Kind of. Now, here's the kicker. My best friend is a lesbian and she's a dom. We've been cool since elementary school. I don't have a problem with my daughter liking girls, but why go all the way out of your way to say you don't like boys just to mess with a girl who acts, dressed, talks, and moves just like one?
Are you fucking serious?
She's only 15 and I'm 33. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. How should I approach this situation?
You should approach this situation with a lengthy look inward. How the fuck your best friend is a lesbian and dom? Why are you asking us? Go talk to her then. Like, does she agree with you? Like, what is...
This seems so... I really hate calling y'all stupid. But you just didn't think... This isn't something that you thought through. You have no problem with her being a lesbian, but you only want her to date like femme girls? Why? That doesn't make sense. That means you have a problem with her being a lesbian.
Exactly.
It's not the same at all. Like, you don't get to be like, oh, well, I'm totally cool. It's whatever. Do whatever you want to. It's your life, your body. But then she dates a girl in polos and dickies, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, why don't you just go get you somebody with a dick?
Would you have preferred that she be the dom? Or do you want her to be like one of these lipstick girls that dates other lipstick girls?
Oh my God. This reminds me of my teenagehood so much, because when my mama found out that I was dating girls, she was like, not them little boy looking ones, is it? I was like, I mean, actually, yes,
Yeah.
but who cares? Like, is that really what matters? It's blowing my mind that people my age are really worried about. Like, it's not even the lesbian thing, or on the surface, it's not. It's the fact that that's what she dresses like. Really? That's what you thinking about at 33 years old? Really?
I can't remember which comic told this joke. I don't know. I want to say Patrice O'Neal so bad, but I'm probably wrong. But someone was telling jokes about, like, I wouldn't care if my kid was gay, but they didn't want him. They, like, okay, he didn't mind if he wouldn't have minded if his daughter was gay, and he wouldn't have minded if, like, his son were gay as long as he were a top, because he's just like, I just don't want none of my kids getting fucked.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
I don't remember who told that joke. It
might have been Patrice O'Neal. It kind of sounds like Chris Rock a little bit, but not
I don't
really.
think it was Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I can't remember who. I know one of y'all are gonna tell me, because I'm sure you've heard it. But
with a YouTube link.
I don't. Okay, look. At the end of the day, your daughter's your daughter. He said she's what, 15?
Yeah, she's 15.
I understand you wanting, like, the best for your daughter, and, you know, wanting for her to have whatever you envision her life is, so that it can be as easy and stress-free as possible, or whatever the fuck you think that is. But when it comes to her romantic life, her love life, sex life, when it gets to that page and all, none of that is your business. And she gonna like who she likes. She's gonna do what she wants to do. If you don't want to hear anything about it, that's your business.
Ooh.
And if your daughter is anything like me, she's probably gonna be like, thanks. You know, like, no problem. I had no intention on sharing much of this shit with your ass anyway. I mean, we already know she told her mama and not you. So
right. So clearly she already felt like mama was somebody she could turn to about this, and not you, which also reflects my own life. Right.
Same.
Maybe because here you go talking about I'm fine with it, but not if you dating a little boy looking one. And then to be like, well, why don't you just go get a man, bitch? Because it's not the same as dating a man.
Because I don't want one.
Because clothes are clothes, but people are people. And just because somebody dresses in what you consider to be masculine clothing doesn't mean they want to be a boy, or that they are a boy, or that you could just swap a boy in and it wouldn't be no fucking difference. Niggas, man. Niggas. This is just really so ignorant.
And you're 33. We're not even talking about, like, our parents.
It's not my parents, right?
That are just completely stuck in their ways.
You were born when I was.
In different place, right. You got the same songs on your iPod as me, probably. Right. So I'm having a disconnect here, especially since you claim that you have the same type of friend, or you have a friend that fits this mold.
A dom lesbian, best friend. What is it with niggas? Why is it you can accept lesbians or even masculine lesbians in a friendship context, but when it comes to your own life, like your daughter dating one or your daughter being one, now all of a sudden it's this huge issue? What is that about?
I have no idea.
I don't get
really
that.
Don't get it. I don't feel for you. I don't care about your, feelings towards this, because it's just completely foolish. You should be happy that your daughter is able to have these conversations, or willing to have these conversations with at least one of her parents. If you don't want to support her, that's your business. But just know that if you block her from a feeling of being able to approach you, or even just a mild bit of acceptance from you, that she's probably not going to share anything with you. She's not going to share much with you. She's not going to look to come to you to talk about anything. If she decides, later on that she's going to have a baby and be raising it with some dom woman, you probably won't see much or hear much. You know what I mean? Like, you're making the decision basically to cut off
your daughter,
a part of, your daughter from your life. And by cutting off that part, it's not even just about that, because her being a gay woman is a small part of who she is. But feeling like my father or whoever is so disgusted or uncomfortable about that he don't want to hear nothing about that from me or from my mama, then it's just like, I don't really need to talk to this nigga about
you'll
nothing.
never accept it. So why talk to you then? Why talk to you about this part of my life? Or even really talk to you about anything that's personal or emotional if I know this is how you feel about it. Like, I would suggest that you talk to your dom lesbian friend about this. Hopefully she has, some words of wisdom for you and she's not.
Frankly, I don't trust her.
I mean, I kind of don't either.
Because I don't know how you're here and not over
right. There. I kind of don't. I kind of feel like she's one of those ones who are like, oh, no, man, don't let your daughter go down that road.
Damn,
these dykes,
bro,
man.
these hoes crazy,
These dykes is crazy, man. Don't do it, dog. I swear to you, man, a lot of these dykes worse than niggas, man. I feel like she's one of those. So, but what you really need to do, like, no shade, you need to sit the fuck down and think about why you're so ignorant. And you need to work through the biases that you have, or else you might seriously and irreparably damage the relationship you have with your child. I would suggest you get over this now and then reach out to her and be like, listen, daddy was wrong. Daddy was fucked up. I realize the error of my ways. I want you to feel like no matter what, you can come talk to me about whatever's going on in your life. Because if she can't talk to you about this girl she's dating because she's dressed like a boy, guess what? If something happens in that relationship, she gets abused or cheated on or something else happens, guess who she's not going to feel like she can come to and talk to about that? Her father. And that's because you've already set that precedent. So get over your bigotry. Do your very best for your daughter's sake, if nothing else. Because goddamn, nigga, really? It's not even the pussy that bothers you, it's the clothes. Do you realize how fucking stupid that sounds?
You should be thankful that she's not getting she won't be getting no organic dick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you ought to be like, woo, so teen pregnancy off the table. Yes.
Like, you should be so thankful she's not going to have to be running around here dealing with niggas. Not
Honestly.
to say that studs don't have,
oh, no, they're awful.
foolishness.
No, they're awful. What?
But
They will
girl,
break your heart. But still, they can't get you pregnant. I mean, take the blessings where you can get them.
I don't get it.
So our next question comes from Nichelle, who says, my girlfriend and I have been together for a few months. We met in a crazy situation where me and my ex-boyfriend wanted to have a threesome and she was the other girl. Long story short, we had a threesome. I enjoyed it too much. She was fucking me better than him and I dumped my ex-boyfriend for her and we've been happy ever since.
This is why I'm not doing no threesomes with my nigga. I don't care. Like, if you that type of girl that you just need to, and shout out to all of you, gay men who are like married and have been for 8-10 years and y'all, run through these hoes together. Mm-hmm. I admire the strength, the trust.
Yeah. The couple that fucks together stays together.
In that. I can't. Because one of us is going to be like, oh, he did some shit that I ain't never...
that nigga did something with his tongue. That was brand new.
Look at homegirl who had her nigga fuck her best male friend.
That was her fault.
And he was like, I need all the ass now. Tell that nigga to come back.
Well, that was her fault for thinking he could have a taste of ass and would get over it.
I mean, yeah, that was stupid. But
yeah, these situations of we fucked around in a threesome and it was way better with the other person. So I said, why am I with this nigga?
I'll have a threesome as long as I'm single. But I prefer everyone be single.
Yes.
Because if your nigga start calling me and then you want to fight me and all that, I was like, but we were just having sex.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It was just supposed to be a good time. Like,
that's why
threesomes were for
people
fun.
You're sleeping with get the Google voice or they don't get the real number.
I mean,
you can't have it. So, no, I get it. It's okay. Let's see.
So now she's hooked up with
with the girl. Yeah. Lately,
also
she's been begging for us to get a boyfriend, and I am just not feeling it at all.
Okay. What?
Like the two of them are together, so let's have a boy that we fuck every now and then. That sort of thing.
Oh, but...
I don't think they mean like polyamory type of situation.
Just like a nigga.
Just like let's get a nigga.
Like, okay,
yeah.
All right.
We've tried it before with guys we're interested in, but it never works out due to niggas being ain't shit and other nigga shit.
Y'all fuck up everything. Everything.
How you got two women like, how would you like double the pussy, double the titties?
No real strings attached. We're just trying to give you
just trying
two
to get
pussies
some
at
dick.
once. Like, how do you fuck that up, my nigga? What?
Woo! I don't understand why she wants to disturb what we have when we're in a healthy, happy, positive, supportive relationship. But I do understand her side because I have my days where I want some dick too, but I'm happy with what we got.
I mean,
I want to make my girlfriend happy, but I don't know how to tell her I don't want a nigga and I don't want her to bring it up again. Just kind of leave it alone. Please help. Michelle.
But if you have moments where you want dick too, then aren't you going to bring it up at some point? This is the thing. I think it's a little unnatural to just act as if real, like, sexual desires you have, like, you could just act like they don't exist. If you like dick, you're gonna want dick at some point. I don't care if it's today, next week, next month, 5 years from now. There is a moment where you're gonna think about dick and be like, I'd love some right now. And so denying yourself that, now, luckily, y'all got straps and all sorts of, like, electronic stuff and app-controlled devices.
Oh, yeah, you can do all kind of shit now.
So, but if you want, like, a nigga, for instance, I can't really do sex toys because the penetration to me is not what I like about sex. I like the connection with the person, facial expressions, and all of that type of thing, more than actually just being plowed. Like, that's fun too, but
ram your dick in me.
That, like, if that were the case, I'll probably just have a glass case with a bunch of dildos in it and delete every nigga out today. Just name each and every one of them. Oh, Clarence, not this week. And that would be the end of it.
Sorry, guys, going with Jonathan today.
Right, exactly. Ooh, Tyrone, stop it.
So your glass case of dicks.
Right, my glass case of dicks links into the corner like, bitch, you're nuts. I'm running away.
You need a man. This is sad.
Right, girl, you want me to help? Let's just go to the park. But yeah, it sounds like she wants, like, a man, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of funny that you're having trouble with that since the way y'all were connected was through dick being present. Right. So it's not shocking to me that the way you get him is often how you lose him. So, if you really want to keep her around, I feel like it's probably best for you to figure out how to incorporate that. Maybe keep searching until you find the right one, or don't sleep with him until you vet him, do questionnaires, a couple of dates, and then you're like, all right, he is the one. So at least, like we discussed with SZA, you can hit him up on the weekend, and then that nigga could be gone, and that's that.
No matter what else he's doing throughout the week, that's really none of your business.
And I mean, you're not like what do they call the 100% lesbians?
A gold star.
Yeah, you're not like a gold star lesbian where you never ever interested in dicking this bitch is getting on your nerves.
Right.
You've admitted that you like it on occasion too. So I feel like this should be something that can easily be figured out.
Yeah, so like maybe you're happy, like maybe you have, you get a little twinge for some dick every now and then, but for the most part, you're just like, me and my woman, this is a good thing and I'm happy. But I think she's trying to tell you, like, look, either we're going to bring some dick into this situation or I'm going to go find some.
If I could be a woman that was attracted to women and in a relationship exclusively with one where we both got dick sometimes, I feel like that would be the greatest.
It kind of sounds ideal, but at some point, a nigga will fuck that up.
Yeah,
at some point, that will happen.
It's inevitable, but then we'll just get a new one. Like, that's what I'm saying.
They are everywhere.
Because he is there for the sole purpose of providing the dick.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, a relationship and someone I care about and spend time with and, like, share things with, and I'm there on, like, that being a woman, man, I wish I was bi.
I feel like bisexuality can be extremely useful in those situations.
Probably.
It's like, why emotionally involve yourself with niggas unless you just feel the biological need to do that.
Dick is the thing. It all boils down to it. And that's why niggas don't try hard at much but that. Like, because they know.
That's all you have to be good at.
Oftentimes, that will suffice. You know, like, dick will ruin your mind. Your mind. I do this every week. Like, it'll will. Fuck you up. It's just, if I could just have a nigga that's like, all right, so it's Friday. We on for tonight? Yes, we are. You know what I'm saying? And do a Friday night, Saturday morning combo.
You know what this is.
And then I go back to just living my life by myself, and you do you?
Yes. 10:30. Drop them draws. You know what you are here
what
for.
this is.
Give me what I want, nigga, and then you can go home about your business or whatever it is you do. So, yeah, I think Kid Fury's right on that one. Maybe just keep looking for the occasional dick that can spice y'all's relationship.
Y'all need a little black book.
Yeah, where y'all can just, maybe y'all can take it like a little more seriously, like sit down together and be like, nah, who can we really bring into this? Who is just going to give us the dick we deserve and then leave?
This sounds like a sickening Viceland show.
Okay, you know what? Email them white people over at Viceland.
I would watch it.
So we can either do a letter about a woman whose husband got a letter from a woman in jail or taking a trip with friends.
There's no way I'm doing the second one.
Okay.
So.
Well, Telly says, my husband and I have known each other for over 20 years. We were friends growing up. We love anime, cartoons, comics, and all that fun stuff. Aww. We've been together for over 10 years and officially married for 2. Since we've been married, we've had some marital issues. Nothing that I thought was too terrible, but now I'm at the I'm gonna beat this nigga with a bat level of mad.
All right.
Of course you are. About 2 weeks ago, a letter came in the mail from a correctional facility in Connecticut addressed to my husband. To my knowledge, he did not know anyone in jail, so I was concerned when the letter arrived. I let him know that it was in the house and on top of the computer, and that when he comes home, he can deal with it. Since I know how he is, I knew he would try to hide it, but there are only so many places in our apartment, so I went to his go-to hiding spot, which is the top drawer of the dresser in our other room. And sure enough, there was the letter.
Damn.
Niggas is not slick, man. Niggas can't hide nothing.
Y'all suck.
She was like, oh, I know his favorite hiding spot.
She did not even have to try hard. Damn.
Woo! Apparently this letter is from the woman that he friended on Facebook and has been in contact with for God only knows how long. As I read the letter, my ears turned red, and with the power of a super saiyan, I damn near blew my top. My first instinct was to throw it out and just destroy all his things, but I calmed down and decided to keep the letter and see if he lies his way out of this. My question to you guys is how I should handle the confrontation, because while I love my husband and the good times we've had, I'm not gonna tolerate some random bitch asking my man to put money on her books. And I'm not gonna tolerate his stupid ass for initiating the communication. Should I be petty and write her back and let her know that while talking to a married man is not a felony, it may get her knocked the fuck out? Thanks for letting me vent. I love the show, Telly. Well, sis,
how did they start talking?
Apparently they met on Facebook. I guess niggas be on Facebook in jail.
While she was free? Oh, okay.
I mean, kind of like maybe on how Orange is the New Black, or maybe he's been talking to this girl for years before she went to jail.
No, I know there are people who are locked up who have access to like social media.
Yeah, no, niggas be on Facebook like they not in jail. But I think first and foremost, this last sentence is a little confusing because you're talking about, she might get knocked the fuck out for talking to your man. She's already in jail, which to me says this ain't a bitch you really want to try.
It's like,
what you gonna do? Wait for her to get out and then fight her? That seems. I understand your mad, sis, but direct your anger in the correct place.
Absolutely.
Which is your man. I mean, you've been with this nigga for a decade, and you know nothing about this friend of his.
2 years.
And you ain't nothing. You knew nothing about this girl in prison sending him letters. Yeah, you need to go ahead and channel that anger into the right direction, which is towards your husband.
Absolutely. There's no reason that your husband needs to be getting no damn letters from a woman in jail. Like, she doesn't need to be sending a married man letters, period. Much less asking for money for her books. And
does she even know he's married?
I mean, that's a really good question. That's a really, really good question.
Does she even know? Because you know how niggas are, man. Like, she may have no idea that your husband is a husband.
That's true.
She could be sending letters out to a bunch of niggas talking about, can you put money on my books?
He needs to be confronted. And that shit needs to be sent to a close. I don't know if he has a good single friend that can be her new pen pal or whatever. Mm-hmm. So she just doesn't lose, a friendly bridge.
Right. So she's just not just out there.
But the communication between the two of them needs to be done. Absolutely. It's just inappropriate. Right. And the fact that you didn't know nothing about it, and like Crystal just said, she probably don't even know that he's married. Not cute. Not okay.
I mean, and the it's almost always with me, the issue here is not that you did it, it's that you lied about it and you deliberately kept it from me. Because if you and this lady were having a totally platonic, innocent conversation, there was no reason your wife wouldn't know about it.
Right.
If you were just like, oh, I went to high school with this girl, or we went to high school, you've known him for 20 years. So how is it not a situation where he's like, oh, yeah, you know, Caroline, she in prison for EBT fraud and I just been, you know, keeping in contact or whatever. Like, if it was on the up and up, he wouldn't have hidden it from you.
It would have come up in at least like regular.
So the deception, right? The deception is what really gets me here because it's like if it was innocent, you would not have done this. Right. So I would definitely confront him, but I would also probably keep in the back of my mind, you know, oh, I'm about to leave this nigga because that's always what it's just always my advice and it's always my first thought. And I understand I want to throw away such a long relationship behind this. Maybe there's something that can be worked out, but at the very least, you need to confront him on the fact that the letters even exist and then the fact that he deliberately kept you from it.
It's definitely like you must be trying to sleep on the couch type of a moment. Mm-hmm. Like it's definitely kind of a snap on him moment. Like, what are you thinking?
Like, so we really have to do this right now, Ramon? Really? This is how so you just writing letters to bitches in jail. So you just giving bitches money?
If he doesn't clean it up and be respectful and be more open, then I would definitely say you need to switch off into like, am I about to be single mode?
Right. That's real.
So I've already prepared a change to the logo in case you want to change the name of the show to break up with him instead of the read.
I mean, that's literally the only advice we ever have for these relationships.
I don't know.
It's almost never stay
and I'm
with him and
romantic. I am. Like, I love and I love, you know, relationships and being with somebody and that sort of thing. But then also, I like live in the real world.
There you go.
You know?
I'm permanently stuck in cynic mode, especially now. I'm just like, I mean, I understand, I guess, the desire to share your life and your emotions with somebody, maybe, I guess, but then you could also just not.
You know what? I'm not a hopeless romantic anymore because I gave up the hope on romance a long time ago. Like, maybe I'm just a romantic. I'd like romance and like, not even just for me personally. I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah.
I like that. But
no.
I am also not afraid to be like, hey, girl.
You can go.
It's all right for you to leave.
Because I don't need you is the thing. So you can leave. Did you watch the first episode of the new season of Queen Sugar?
Not yet.
Oh, man. So I'm not going to give away too much of it. But at one point, there's a bunch of ladies sitting around and one of them is talking about how she has a PhD and, you know, she's so accomplished, but she never thought she would be single at this age. And she wants to have a baby, but she really wants to have a man first. And she wants to be married and all this. And I thought about how many women, maybe Black women in particular, who are like, so successful and have achieved so much and
Very
still
common.
have that like, why can't I have my, you know, why can't I have my Negro Prince Charming with a good job and no kids ride up, you know, in a Cadillac? Why can't that happen? Yeah, I feel like it is common, but you know, at some point you have to say romance is I wasn't put on this earth to be in love. I mean, I don't feel like I was. Maybe
That's
you
true.
do. But I just don't feel like my purpose on earth is to be with somebody else. It's nice if it happens, but I'm going to have a great, fulfilling life regardless of whether that happens.
I agree.
And I'm not going to put it on hold for when I meet somebody. I'm just going to have fun now.
I feel like I do believe that there's like soulmates and stuff like that. Like I believe that every person has someone or someones that exist in the world that are like perfect for them. I just don't feel like it's our duty to find them and to be with them. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with living your whole life and being single or ending your life single. I don't feel like it's necessary for you to have someone. I just think that in general, like love and romance and being with somebody that you truly trust and, you know, having a healthy relationship, I think that is really dope, and I'll always be a fan of that sort of thing. But I don't think that you need it. Like, I don't think you have to have it. And I've said before, I think it's really unfortunate that women specifically are like pressured to have it and need it all the time, but niggas aren't. But it's like, but then you want for women to be with niggas. So I totally get it. But if you can find love and you can be one of those fairy tale couples that makes it work regardless and stuff, I think that's admirable and awesome. But I have already decided that I'll probably, hopefully during, at least my 40s, I'll be quite rich.
Yeah,
and
I'm hoping.
I'm just
fingers crossed.
Hiring niggas, to just come and spend the week with me.
Absolutely.
And, sit out with me on my yacht, be nude like Milan Christopher in Paper. And then when your contract's up, I'll just find someone new.
Yeah, it's time for you to go. I'm going to let you know before you come here. Don't catch no feelings. I am dope. You're going to have to try your hardest not to get attached to me because I'm pretty dope. But you're literally 72 hours and you're out of here. So don't get comfy.
You won't be sleeping in the bed with me.
Yeah, no, no, we don't do that. Actually, good luck ever coming to my house. But anyway.
Shelly, the white woman downstairs, she's prepared a room for you in the guest house.
You'll sleep there.
You will sleep there.
There's fresh linens.
But that's just about it.
Let us know if you need anything. There's a continental breakfast from 7 to 10.
There's warm eucalyptus towels for your hands and face. But that's about it.
But we won't be letting you into our personal lives. You're literally here to provide sex and then go back to where you came from. So
good luck to one of you niggas coming into my minds like a Tyler Perry movie and changing it. But
oh yeah, that's not happening.
But
you understand how exceptional a person would have to be to get my attention right now?
I definitely think it's gonna happen for you way before me.
Oh,
not
no.
Anytime soon.
Oh, absolutely not.
The perfect motherfucker could come up to you right now and we'll give up.
And they would need
we'll
to.
Climb
and
up to damn near the peak and just be like, I can't.
I can't. She actually.
She's just
not letting anybody in.
Yeah, no, not anytime. No.
Sorry, I don't have feelings or space in my heart for you. But yeah, good luck with you and your husband. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com and we'll be back.
Don't forget, this week's episode is being brought to you by Talkspace. Talkspace is the online therapy company that's helping to bring therapy to everyone by understanding how we live today. Meaning, if you're someone who's on the go, or maybe you're not too sure if you would like to try therapy, you're on the fence, you want to keep it, under wraps, Talkspace handles all of that. You can send your therapist a message whenever you want to from your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, smartphone, as much as you want for as little as $32 a week. Talkspace's therapists are licensed and background checked, not no random freak shows, just picking up the phone or whatever. And the same privacy rules apply as if you were at a traditional therapy office. You can talk to therapists about your work, your family, the government, that no good fool, that you had to key his car, whatever you want to. Join over 500,000 people who have experienced the relief of being able to talk to someone at their discretion and on their own time.
Yes, to sign up or learn more, go to Talkspace.com/read or download the Talkspace app and enter coupon code READ to get $30 off your first month. That's Talkspace.com/read or coupon code READ. Again, a therapist can be so helpful, especially in these times when the world seems like it's just burning and nothing good is left. So again, Talkspace.com/read. Go ahead, sign up for some help. Talkspace is therapy for all. Let them know we sent you, and let's get back to the show.
We are back, and it is time for the read.
It sure is. So, do you want me to go first this week?
Yeah, I'll finish my last glass of Hennessy.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that hint, by the way. I'm weirdly calm right now. But so if you remember, I think when we were in Toronto for a live show last year, a couple years ago, I talked about Otto Warmbier. I don't know how to say his name. But Otto was the young man who carried his ass over to North Korea.
I do remember this.
And tried to snatch down their poster.
Yes.
And got taken by the Korean officials, sentenced to 15 years hard labor, whatever. So North Korea shipped Otto home last week, and then shortly after he arrived back in Ohio, he died. So, rest in peace or whatever. Okay. Sad or whatever.
Yeah.
And I felt slightly conflicted about the story because on the one hand, no, you do not deserve to die for stealing a poster.
Yeah.
Or fucking with a poster or whatever else.
I was going to say being a dummy.
On the other hand, the North Korean officials are like, look, that boy's been in a coma for over a year and we just got tired of holding him, so we decided to send him back. We don't really know. Maybe he had a stroke. We don't know what's wrong with him. Because apparently there's no bruises. He hasn't been tortured or anything like that. When he got back to the States, doctors were like, apparently he wasn't particularly conscious. He wasn't like talking or anything, but he wasn't on life support. He didn't need help breathing or anything like that. So it could have been, a blood clot that he developed on the flight back. It could have been a bunch of different things. We don't really know why he died. We just know that he did die. So there's been all this conversation about Otto and whether Americans should even still be allowed to travel to North Korea, which, by the way, it blows my mind that we are policing whether Americans take their asses down to Cuba. We can freely go to North Korea. Like, it just seems like, why do we do that?
Yes.
Why do we let drunk college kids have tours? And then the people who do these, because he was on one of those tours. So the people who do that, they're putting out these interviews and guys are like, basically the whole thing is you go to North Korea and you break the rules. Like that's the thing. Like, this is what white people do. The whole thing was you go over there and everybody knows that the rules are don't do this, but we take our pants off at the train station and take pictures in front of the train without any pants on. Like, they go over there acting like American assholes.
The global douchebag tour.
You do this. Like, and the thing is, the gag is
I've taken it back.
In most countries, you can do that because your whiteness will afford you that. But in North Korea, they don't give a fuck.
They don't. Especially don't.
Right. So you being white with an American passport, like we said before, that just makes you a bigger target. You went down there and fucked what they posted. They wasn't having it. So there's all this conversation online about Otto and what's wrong and what's right, and the North Korean government is so awful and terrible and all this stuff. And so to that I say, yes, the North Korean government is terrible and fascist and clearly doesn't give a fuck about our lives. But the American government is also terrible and fascist and does not give a fuck about my black ass life. And so if you took your entitled white ass over to North Korea and decided to act a fool and ended up dead, I don't really have a whole lot of sympathy or empathy or space in my heart to give a fuck about that when black people are routinely murdered by the police. We had Philando Castile's murderer just got off with a not guilty verdict, and they released the video of his girlfriend being arrested after he was killed. I said, no, I actually cannot watch this. Like, this is actually fucking me up. I think on Sunday or Monday, the Seattle police killed Charlena Lyles in front of her children, a pregnant mother of 4 who had mental health issues, and they knew it. They released the audio where you can hear the police officers talking about, oh yeah, this is the one with the mental health thing and da-da-da, and she's got kids and this. So y'all knew that when you went there and were in the house, and yet knowing that this woman was pregnant and had children and was mentally ill did not keep y'all from killing her. And so I'm supposed to give a fuck that some white boy who feels like he owns the world went over to a country that hates the fuck out of Americans, broke their laws, and then ended up dead? I mean, kind of, because I'm not as soulless as y'all are. Like, I still don't think he deserved to die. But the fact that he did is like, I'm kind of still
vigil, girl.
Like, right, I'm kind of still stuck on America treating black Americans the way they do. So if you could just not, like, my whole issue is like, feel however you want to about the Otto story. And if you want to call the North Korean government terrible and all this, and this is going to start another war and blah, 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 blah. If it does start another war, if it does start a war between us and North Korea, all that really tells me is that Americans give more of a fuck about a white boy who had no business in somebody else's country acting the way he did than they do about the way America treats its own black citizens every fucking day. Because we allow the police departments across this country to murder black people whenever the fuck they feel like it, for no reason or a shitty reason or a made up reason, and they get away with it all the time. So I just really don't have the space to care, especially because President Trump tried to, in his low-key stupid ass way, blame it on President Obama. And then Otto's family was like, oh, well, the Obama administration didn't do enough, and thank you, President Trump, for getting our son back home so we could have some time with him before he passed away and all that. So I just doubly don't have any sympathy for Trump supporters whose child died because he was acting a fucking dumbass fool in another country. Like, I just don't have it. You can't ask black Americans to give a shit about y'all's well-being or to care about somebody brutalizing you or torturing you or treating you unfairly when y'all do that to us all the fucking time. You just can't. And so white people are on the internet and Make America Great Again Twitter is mad at me again, talking about I'm racist and I'm a bigot and this is just something so awful. I didn't even realize black people felt this way about us and it is just terrible. And do you realize how racist you're being? You know what, girl? You can call me racist for that, but I just want you to take that thought process one step further. If you are calling me racist for saying, oh, I don't really care when other countries treat white Americans the way white Americans treat us, then what does that mean about the way white Americans treat us? Just think about it. If you're calling me racist for saying, I don't care when people do to you what you do to me, what does that say about what you do to me? What does that tell you? That means that y'all care so little about us that not only do you expect us to just accept the trauma and this is it is generational trauma that black people go through. It is stress that is passed on to our children because at no point have we been able to just go outside and be free in this country. We just are not. We are not allowed the same civil liberties and the opportunity to just fucking live and fuck up like y'all are. So I don't really care that you went somewhere else and were stupid and somehow ended up dead. I don't. And you can't ask me to. How about y'all do a better job of the way you treat people right the fuck over here? How about you do a better job of the way you treat black Americans? How about let's not allow the police to get away with all this shit? How about when police kill unarmed citizens or when police kill mentally ill citizens, they are arrested or charged or fired or whatever. How about that happens before you ask black people to come carry the mantle for young Otto and justice for Otto and vigils and the America can't stand for this and fuck Obama. This is all Obama's fault. I don't care. I just don't care. Sorry, I guess, to the family, but not really because fuck them too. That's all I have. That's literally all I have for you. Y'all don't give a fuck about us, so I don't give a fuck about you. Oh well, rest in peace.
And I mean, if we had people coming to this country from Syria or wherever else, going on tours through museums and theaters and stuff, and then just doing goofy stuff and laughing. Look at that fool who was on that on that airplane, talking about bombs and stuff, and he got in trouble.
Oh.
And then he said that one time that he actually it was on all over CNN and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh no, this was the real time that this actually happened to me. And then you went and look, his YouTube was full of him making these pranks to make people
right, jokes.
Uncomfortable. It's if somebody was doing this and then they ended up going back home and they died, not only would Americans not give a fuck, white Americans would make all of the memes and jokes about him being dead. They would take pictures of him and put them on dead bodies and do all kinds of just really vulgar, sick, less than human stuff. Y'all do it all of the time and think that it's funny.
Yeah.
But somehow we are supposed to, in the midst of dying and grieving for the people that we have lost innocently, that we have to also feel sorry for your kid who went over to a country that we all know can't stand us and went and did some dumb shit.
Right. And y'all blame us when it happens. Oh, Eric Garner shouldn't have been selling Lucy's, regardless of whether he was doing it or not. And so that's why he's dead. Or Mike Brown stole some cigarillos, which turned out to not be true, but that's why he deserved to be shot and killed. Or Sandra Bland shouldn't have been talking back to a police officer, so that's why she's dead. Or Trayvon should have told George Zimmerman where he lived, and that's why. Y'all make all these excuses for why we die, and we're supposed to care that one of you, the same thing happened to one of y'all? I don't. Fuck y'all. So that's it.
Well, my read this week, I should probably finish my drink. I have two, sort of. The first one's going to be kind of short because I really don't care.
Okay, well, I'm going to have me another Ricola.
First of all, Steve Harvey, just...
Oh my God, I forgot all about this.
Just go over there. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but it's clear that all of your compassion and love for your community, Black people, was stored in that lace front helmet that you used to wear that you no longer wear. Because ever since you let the bald go free, it has been downhill. So, last week, I believe, Steve Harvey got in trouble. He was arguing, I think, over the NBA Finals with somebody on his show or podcast or whatever, his radio show. And the person who he was fussing with, this is supposed to be mind you, just regular sport banter, the way niggas argue in the barbershop about who's greater and stuff. Somehow, he changed that into an attack on Flint, Michigan and the water crisis. Because the guy he was talking to was from Flint, Michigan, and he just said dumb stuff on the radio like, ain't you from Flint? When's the last time you touched a glass of water that didn't have lead in it? Go drink some of that brown water and all of this type of stuff. Of course, he get hellfire for this. Like, they wrung his ass out to dry for it.
This is not a joke. People can't fucking drink water. They can't bathe, nigga. We talking about the elderly and children and just regular ass people.
Like, people are sick and dying.
Water,
from
nigga.
The water.
It's water. Something we all fucking need every day.
Mostly water.
How is that a joke?
You have to have it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Niggas, man.
He spoke to somebody, AJC, my bad, while he was, it looked like he was on a golf course. I don't know where the fuck he was. But he goes, the uproar came. This is sort of crazy. It was out of context. I don't know if I'll be able to tell jokes. I can't say nothing about nobody.
I'm so tired
First of all, it was not out of context. We heard it. You know, like, it was on your show. We heard you say these things. Mm-hmm. How could it have been taken out of context? We listened to you.
Right.
We know what you said. We heard you say it. So what the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about, I don't know if I'll be able to tell jokes. I can't say nothing to nobody. I don't give a fuck. I don't care that Steve Harvey has been doing this comedy thing for however long. It's just been clear to me that he doesn't give a fuck about what the fuck we're going through, from the Paula Deen bullshit that he pulled to the going to go see Trumpjelica Pickles. And now this. Like, I don't understand how you can take such a... People, like, for years, people in Flint, Michigan have been dealing with this disgusting ass water. And more than that, the government that doesn't give a fuck about it at all, and you're making light of it because you got Dasani in your fucking refrigerator. Like, go to hell. Like, go fuck yourself. Stop turning to us and acting like you care so much and you went down to go meet with Trump because you really want to make a big difference and you want to do this and that for the hood and blah, blah, blah. Because time has shown, ever since you got your little Steve Harvey show or whatever, and all these middle America white women that eat Marie Calendar dinners in their microwave for dinner every single day or whatever, not because they can't afford nothing else, but just because they think that shit is like elite cuisine. Right. You got all of them bitches in your fucking audience every day dedicated to you and whatever the fuck shit it is that you say, even the jokes that ain't funny. And so now you think you can just say whatever you want to. That is disgusting. And I don't understand how a nigga from where you're from, with a black family, with kids and a wife, could make a joke like that and then come back afterwards and be like frustrated or upset with people, with us. That was offensive. Like, what? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Like,
I mean, but I feel like we've asked this question of Steve Harvey, and the answer is definitely yes.
It's like, now I'm not holding back from it being yes.
Yeah.
I tried to give him leeway for so long. Steve Harvey was one of those comics who could make me laugh without saying anything. Mm-hmm. Like, could just make a face and I would be doubled over. Yes. So I've always looked up to him as a comic. But I'm separating your art from you. And I've never really had a huge problem with that. Mm-hmm. And Steve Harvey, the person, seems like a dick when it comes to these sorts of issues. I definitely believe in towing the line. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I tap dance on that bitch. But I know where it is. And if I leap my ass over that line, I was fully aware that I did.
Right.
So I don't understand what his problem is. I don't know if when he sits down for meetings for each show or in these conference rooms or what, if he's maybe the only black person in the room. I really don't know what production looks like for him, but it just feels like he's in the sunken place, or really not even the sunken place. He kind of reminds me of Sam Jackson's character in Django. Like, just a fully aware nigga that knows he's a nigga, but like, y'all niggas can be those niggas. Because white people like me, and they gave me these cufflinks. So what are you going to do about it besides be broke?
Right. And I'm wondering under what context you making jokes about people, poor black people not having clean water was supposed to be funny.
I just don't see it.
Like, even if the context was off, which it definitely wasn't.
It wasn't.
How, in what way could that have been a joke?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, lead me to where's
the funny part?
Where the funny was. Because there's so many jokes that go over people's head, and a lot of times a joke will go over someone's head and right directly into their deepest, darkest part of their soul.
Yeah.
And so if the intention was a mild-mannered, funny joke or this is what I was, then what was it? I don't see how you saying, go drink that brown water. Like, you know, there are kids, there are elderly people, there are families that are living out here who really are struggling for water. Like like something you have to have.
Water, man. How are you this much of a dick?
Like, where is this coming from? And then the fact that you're coming back with anything but, man, I'm done. Like, damn, that was fucked up. Like,
I let that get away from me, y'all. I shouldn't have never said that. My bad.
I just got way, way, way too passionate about this sports thing, and I just lost a good track of my mind and blah, blah, blah. Even, you know, it's just like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even that.
Fuck Steve Harvey. I'm done. I don't care. Like, he can honestly piss off. I don't see it at all anymore. On the other side of things, I just kind of had a rant. And this feels like this show is going to be 2 hours.
You calling it already?
All right.
Uh-oh.
I take my work very seriously. And I take what I do very, very seriously. I love what I do. I love working in comedy. I love the fact that comedy is a form of escape. I think that escapism is something that we all fucking need, especially in times like today. If you go to work, you wake your ass up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to go take your ass all the way to a job you can't stand. Then motherfuckers got on your nerves from 9 to 5, from 8 to 6, whatever fucking time. And you get all the way home. Traffic was shit. If you get home and you turn on the TV and one person, it could be a show, it could be a movie, it could be the news, something makes you laugh, even for just a couple of seconds. For those seconds, it was like your whole shit day didn't even happen. So I take what I do very seriously. I love it. And as a career and an occupation, my wave is very serious to me. Now, when I say my wave, I'm talking about like, I call like my hustle and my grind my wave. Like my trajectory, my energy when I'm moving, how serious I take from the small things to the big things and everything that I do. I'm on average at like an 85 when it comes to my work ethic.
Okay.
Beyonce's like 100. You know, like the work we said
so
before.
85 is not bad.
85 is it's not bad. I'm very serious about it, but I know that I could be way more serious. Like for the past few weeks, I've probably been at about a 70 because the tour has been closing down.
Right.
And on the way here, I was like, I think I'm just going to take a quick nap. Like, I'm tired. But for the most part, I'm very nitpicky. I'm very, very much a perfectionist. I'm my biggest and worst critic. I love what I do, but I'm hard on myself about that. Now, this is where the read comes in. If you are going to be someone who is involving yourself with myself, and the things that I'm doing when it comes to my work and what I'm serious about, I need you to match my wave. I know there are plenty of you girls who are out here who are just faking it until you make it. And that's your thing. You know, do what you want to do. There's plenty of girls who have, you know, all kinds of job titles in their Instagram bio. They don't know any of the descriptions for said jobs, but it sounds pretty, and so they put it there. Or, you know, you've been to LA once for 12 hours, but for some reason it sits in your bio next to NYC and ATL and like CHI and DC and all these other cities. And it's like, I don't know how you maneuver within your brand or what it is that you do, but that's none of my concern. All I can do is me and work. And I come in here, I do my job, I go home, my head down, I stay out of people's way, I go into the lab and I make my shit happen. And I'm always going to try my absolute best at what I do. But if you are going to be someone who is going to be surrounding yourself with me, I don't need anybody to fall down in front of me. And I'm not trying to have no Kid Fury slaves. I'm not trying to have anybody. I don't expect for anybody to just, you know, to treat my work or my brand. And I hate saying brand again, because so many of y'all claim to have a brand. You know nothing about it. You know nothing about branding. You know nothing about marketing or any of that, but you say it when you don't have one or know what that means. And so now that word is kind of like like frivolous, or it sounds that way anyway. I know what Kid Fury is. I know the trajectory of what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm writing, how I'm moving out here. And so all I'm saying is, if you are going to be like, yo, let's do something together, even if it's not for me, but I'm involved, right, I need for you to have that same type of energy. I want to be inspired by you. I want for the moments where I feel like, man, fuck everything today. I want to feel like I can't even remain in that because, bitch, your wave is so crazy that I'm like, damn, bitch, I got to be out here moving. I'm hungry, okay? I'm real fucking hungry. And I can't deal with, I feel like a lot of y'all have opportunities presented to you, and it makes you lazy. I don't expect that anybody is going to just come up in my face and be like, here is a silver platter with gold trim. And here are 20 opportunities in said platter. Pick which ones you would like, because we live to serve you. Like, I don't. The few opportunities that may be brought to me, I'm grateful for each and every one of them. But even those, I dab my finger on my tongue and I start flipping through these pages to make sure that it's not going to be anything that doesn't sit well with me or what it is that I'm doing or my plans or anything like that. So, girl, nobody is going to come to you and make your shit pop the way that you can. Nobody is going to take your brand, your business, your career, your wave seriously the way that you will. I know that myself. And unfortunately, I've already accepted that if you want something done for real, bitch, you got to do it yourself. And I try my best to make sure my eyes are on everything, whether it's the structure of this show, the ticket sales for a show I'm doing, the promo, like everything. I try to have my eyes on it. When things don't go well, I raise my voice. So right. But it's because I'm, again, passionate about what I do. I don't play them games. And if you're around me, I don't need you to play no games either. Not just with me. Don't play no games with you. I have friends. I have people that I love, people that I care about. And we won't even be making money together. I'll still get frustrated with you because I'll be looking at you like you have so much potential. You could be doing all of this, that, and the third, bitch. You could be out here buying me new jeans. Like, and yet you're sitting here twiddling your thumbs like somebody is just going to DM you a contract. Girl, what are you doing? Get your ass out here and make this shit happen. If you don't want to, that's you. You know what I'm saying? I barely have time to keep up with what I'm doing. So I can't be walking around spoon-feeding people, holding people's hands, begging you to do this, begging you to do that, and stuff for you. But what I'm saying again is, if you are going to be affiliated with me, bitch, match my energy. On the days where you feel like I'm half-assing or I'm coming in there with a little bit, so be like, what is this? Oh no, we're warriors. We're Olivia Pope and Co. Like, we're coming out here to make this shit fucking happen. That's what I need, because I'm not getting any fucking younger. And I recognize that I'm a young black queen. It's so many people, talent or no talent, that are going to count me out. Just based off of who I am, the type of person I am, the way that I speak, the way that I dress, the way that I carry myself. I already know that. I don't have time to waste. And I don't have time to beg. That's not the type of person I am. I don't plan on ever begging for nobody to do nothing for me, or expecting for anybody to draw something or edit something or cut something or tape something or do anything else. I got to be out here busting my ass to make it happen. And most times people will come to me asking me, hey, you need help? Or hey, you ever thought about doing this? Because they see that energy. But girl, don't come over here and try and do anything with me if you're gonna be lollygagging, because I can't. It's distracting, and I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be, your number one girl who's just sitting down with the Fallons and the DeGeneres girls every single week because I just want to be popping and I want to be in the club every week. I want to make people laugh. I want to make the world a better place in whatever little weird, corny way it is that I choose to do it. And I want my mom and daddy to be able to call me up and be like, so Mercedes has this new car and it was really pretty. And I could be like, girl, they're sending you one in each color. That's what I want. I want my friends to call me up and be like, so little Jaquavis is starting school in the fall and this tuition is crazy. Don't worry about it. 4 years. That's why I do what I do. Not because I want to be, number one trending nothing. Y'all know, if you listen to this show or are familiar with me, I don't care about that type of shit. No. I want to take care of people. I want people to be better. I want people to smile and laugh. And I can't deal with lollygaggers in my circumference, in my space, especially if you are attached to things that I need to get to where I'm going. Yeah. Please don't don't waste my time. Go do that with somebody else, because I know that there are people out here who are hungry. Stylists, designers, graphic, people, managers, producers, everybody who is like, who's wave crazier than mine, who I will go to and be like, bitch, how do you do this? Like, show me your ways. Teach me. That's what I want around me. I want people to encourage me. I want people to motivate me. I want people to inspire me. Not people who are going to sit on their hands and wait for somebody to bring a fucking pacifier and put it in their mouth and be like, you're so cute. So if you fall in that category, and you know you do, if you questioning whether or not you are, you can feel free to ask, and I can tell you. But A, don't waste my time, and B, don't waste yours. Do better fuck me. Do better for you. Take that bullshit out of your bio and stop lying to yourself and stop lying to others. Make the work happen. If you want to be this type of or this type of ist, Google that shit at the very least. Figure out what the fuck it is that you need to do, what tools, what ingredients you need to make that shit be for real, and not some half-ass corny shit that's just out here making it seem like you are who you are so you can go pop bottles in the club and get some dick or whatever, or just look as cute as you want to look. No, take it seriously. Take classes. Go to a night school. Get back in college or do whatever the fuck it is. Like, you have to do to be real about yourself. But again, in closing, if you don't want to do that, that is on you. And you are free to do whatever you want to with your life and with your journey. I don't measure my success or my lack thereof alongside anybody else's. My journey is mine. It's the one God gave me. Yep. And it's just going to be what it is, regardless of what's going on outside or around me. I just ask that if you feel the need to, or you find yourself, crashing those waves alongside me, beat me there, girl, because you're going to get left behind. And that's it.
That's real. Don't waste my time is like a recurring theme of life.
It is.
Just don't come over here wasting time.
Because we don't have much.
Right. I'm here for a limited amount of time only, and I want to make the most out of it. So if you could just not try to slow me down, that would be fantastic.
That's no shade. This isn't even about anybody or any one situation in particular. It's just something I've noticed over the years, especially since I've lived here, over and over and over and over again. Like, this is one of those cities, kind of like in LA or in Atlanta and other places, where a lot of people go because they want to make their dreams come true, or they want to do this and that. And I feel like a lot of people come here to just play, or they come here to like shove themselves into this mold that looks like that person, and they just go around saying it. It's like, bitch, your bio says that you an actor or whatever. You ain't never been in nothing. Or you ain't never like taken an acting class. Or you've never done any of these things. Your bio says that you're a stylist or whatever, but
who do you dress other than yourself?
You know what I mean? I don't know. I just, like, y'all are so busy trying to impress people, most of whom would not even give a fuck or don't even give a fuck, are going to hate you whether you being real about it or not, when you could actually find what it is that you really want to do, that you're seriously passionate about, stick to that, do the work, learn what you need to learn, and apply that shit. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. But girl, again, once we finish this shit and we say our little goodbyes, I'm finna put on my motherfucking headphones. I'm gonna hop in an Uber. I'm gonna take my ass home, feed my dog. We gonna walk her around the block real quick. And I'm gonna take my ass to sleep, wake up tomorrow, and I'm right back at it. Right back at the lab. Right. Do whatever little things I gotta do for the Kid Fury brand. The rest of the day I'll probably spend smoking and playing some video games, whatever, for my personal time. But I take what I do very seriously. It's unfortunate that so many of you who have serious, real talent, even if you don't know you do, it's plenty of y'all who work a 9-to-5. Not that there's anything wrong with a traditional 9-to-5, but there's plenty of y'all who are out here who are capable of having like a real thriving business. But I don't know what reasons lead you to be like, fuck that. Or, oh yeah, I know I could sing. Or, yeah, I know I'm a bomb dancer. Or, yeah, I know I could do this, but Like, and that's cool, but just don't bring that around me. It's too much. I can't. I don't want that around me. I want people to hit me up before I have to hit them up. If you were supposed to, cut something for me or edit something for me or whatever, I want you to be like, bam, bitch, it's done. Here's 20 of them. You know what I'm saying? Miss Info told me one time, like, for people who intern, I remember back in the days when I was like trying to intern for everybody, she was like, if you get an internship, you make sure that you are working at the internship like they're paying you $1 million a year. And smile while you're fucking doing it. It could be the most miserable thing ever, because at the end of the day, you're doing that for your bigger picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I never forgot that. I just feel like a lot of people just kind of want to be admired, but they don't do anything to admire.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants the glory but doesn't want the work.
Yeah.
That's very common.
That's very true.
And honestly, the people who are successful, really, it is not even always about talent. It's about who is willing to put in the fucking work. Who is willing to put in the work consistently?
I know I could be doing so much more work than I'm doing right now, but I know I also bust my ass. And I know how serious I am about the stuff that I do. And I wish a lot of y'all would be as well. But if you're not, that's on you. Just back your ass up.
All right.
Don't come over here. And that's about it. That's my read, and that's this week's episode of the show.
Woo! All right. Well, check out our website, thisistheread.com. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. I want to say thank you to Allied Media Conference for having me come out for your closing plenary on Sunday. I had a great time with all y'all. Had some good barbecue out there in Detroit. Got to hang out in Detroit with people who like live there and are from there. So it was just like super dope. Had so much fun. I actually think I'm going to go to that conference again next year and just hang out, because it's really like, it's like Tumblr Con. It's like, if you have intersecting identities and you want to talk about what that means in the world, and let's talk about the effects that media have on popular culture and like all this stuff that I'm just...
That whole conference probably smelled like mint juleps.
It was actually everything. It was everything. It was just everybody different being together in one space and talking about shit that really matters. So thanks again, you guys, for the invitation. I had an amazing time. Detroit is really dope, man. That's a special city. It's a special place. Yeah. That's the only time my flight has been canceled and I wasn't pissed. I was like, well, just gonna go rent a hotel room and then go kick it, because I'm having a great time. So yeah, do you have any news this week?
This coming Sunday, June 25th, will be our third annual 305 Live at the Lovage rooftop or Lovage. I don't know if you say it, but it's a really pretty rooftop.
It probably is
really
Lovage.
Great. DJ Dimples, my hometown homie, and DJ Queen of Spades are going to be fucking up. Guaranteed the music is going to be great, because that's my number one thing. I mean, what's the party if you can't twerk? Duh. Right. But it's going to be a great time. I think there are still a couple of tickets left. It's almost sold out. If not, then we'll probably have tickets at the door on the day of. But yeah, come out. It's going to be great. But this is a party about fun. Okay? You don't have to dance. But if you aren't going to dance, at least encourage those of us who are dancing. That's it. Okay? This is not a party about going to show off your new outfit. It's not about a party about, side-eyeing somebody. It's not a party about, oh, Kid Fury, Chris, okay, we take a picture. No. This is a party about coming to have fun. Okay? F is for friends that do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for niggas shaking that ass right here in the NYC.
You had me.
So come out. This is about having a blast.
Oh man, and niggas be going off at 305 Live. It's just
so fun.
It's just it's sweaty black night.
Sweaty black night.
It is sweaty black night.
So yeah, so you can get tickets fury305.com to come out. It's gonna be a wang ding doodle. I think that's about it. Shout out to my bed for being here for me. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Back to back this past weekend. First time we got to do that in a minute.
All you did was sleep?
When I wasn't sleeping, I was just sitting there in that bed, catching up on all my TV shows. Still plenty of work to do, but hey girl, missed you so much.
Everybody deserves a break, man. Everybody deserves some time off. You've been on tour for a while, so go on and take your time.
That's about it for me.
Okay, do we have an acronym this week?
The acronym this week is RWCM.
Okay.
W.
The longer it is, the less likely I am to get it.
It is Ricky Whittle can have my walls.
Okay, there's an H missing, but that's fine. I wasn't going to get it.
It doesn't matter. The point is...
Your walls.
You are invited into my womb
Come into my
whenever
womb.
you want.
Oh, God.
What a man. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.